This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity. Good morning, good morning. Welcome once again to another one of our program here on XY Spark. This is your boy Rolando. We do hope that so far you guys have had a beautiful start to your day. The weather is looking fantastic outside right now. Here in northern Alberta, it's around about 5 degrees Celsius, feels like 3, and promises to warm up later today to around about 18 degrees. So I think we can embrace that reality in this part of the world that we are going to have at least one fantastic day. And based on the projection, it should be staying that way for at least another 3 or 4 days. How's the weather where you are? What are your plans? I hope that you have gotten up out of bed today, bright eyed and bushy tailed, and ready to take on yet the challenges of a new morning, a new day, as we draw closer towards the weekend. What are your plans for this weekend? Right now, it's 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and it's May 12th, 2022. I want to send a huge shout out to all those who continue to reach out to us to be a part of the Men's Mental Health Awareness March that is coming up in exactly 1 month from today, June the 12th. So if you have not yet signed up or have not yet started to organize things in your area, please reach out to us and let us know how we can support you to make this a huge global event. We also want to say, hey, thank you to all our listeners or followers on the different platforms, those who are on Spotify, those who listen to us on the Verbal Network, on Podbean, those who are on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music. We see you, we hear you. Thank you so much. And we just want to tell you that we do appreciate that you continue to take time daily to put a like, a comment, and to share. If this is your first time being here with us on XY Spark, we want to say welcome. We appreciate you. And please do not let this be your last time, but let this be the beginning of your participation as you become a part of the holistic, healthy masculinity family here on XY Spark. To all our patrons, we appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support of this venture. Transformation Thursday is our theme for today. And we continue to remind you that Morning Mania is a program designed to provide a meal in the morning for men on the move with daily motivation, inspiration, and life coaching tips that seek to motivate, empower, and nurture a changed mindset. I am your boy and men's life coach, Rolando. Have you ever wondered why there seems to be oftentimes so many hurdles that life is accompanied by? Have you ever wondered how sometimes it seems so difficult to get past your past? Have you ever wondered why there are times when things seem to be against you? You try as hard as you can, but it just appears as though I always seem to need to do just a little bit more. It doesn't feel sometimes like it's ever enough. You look around you and all you can see are obstacles. And sometimes you wonder, will it ever be over? And because of this, you get consumed in a world of busyness. You get distracted. You stop paying attention to the important things in life. You become consumed with fear, with worry, with doubt, with anger. You get anxious. You fall into a world of depressive symptoms. You've lost sight of your dreams. You're out of touch with reality. And suddenly you have lost all that had to do with the energy and the drive that you once had for life itself. But somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel that this is not it. You think to yourself, I would want to do something different. I want to experience a change. I would like to experience a transformation. And oftentimes, the thing that we miss is as we are going through these challenges in life, as we're experiencing these struggles, as life seems to be tossing boulders our way time and time again, sometimes what we miss is that this is how transformation occurs from time to time. Yes, you see, transformation occurs in our lives whether we are willing to recognize it or not. Now, the funny thing is that the more resistant we are to change is the harder the transformation is going to be. You see, transformation is about change, changing the way we think, changing the way we act, sometimes even changing the way we look, seeking to look at the world through a different lens. Transformation is opening yourself up to the possibility that I can experience change if I am willing to step down from off of my ego train and open myself up to become vulnerable, to be taught, to open myself up and recognize that if my life is going to be different, if your life is going to be different, you are going to have to be willing to do what it takes in order to experience the transformation. You see, we all want to experience the same sheen and the same beauty of the diamond, but we don't want to go through the rough. When the rough comes, we say it's too much. We believe that life should be only hunky dory. And I remember that John Maxwell, in his book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, he alluded to the reality that if we have a concept of life that it should always be smooth sailing, we are going to be deeply disappointed because life in its purest form is not always about being on a smooth path. No, life sometimes has those smooth paths, but it also has speed bumps, it has potholes, it has meandering roads, and sometimes life even brings us to a place where we have to pause, we have to stop. That's the reality of life. But all of it combined exposes us to the possibility of change. But we miss the impact or the influence or the potential to be transformed if we are not paying attention to the things that are important. So, could it be that you've been stuck where you are now for a very long time because you have not been paying attention to the things that are important? Could it be that you have not experienced a transformation in your life for many years now because you have surrounded yourself with all the wrong things or the wrong people, so you are distracted from focusing on your goals? Could it be that the transformation is not taking place in your life because you have been so resistant to the possibility of change? You have been so resistant. You have not opened yourself up to be taught. You have not lined yourself up with the right resources that can help you to experience transformation. Could it be that the transformation is taking longer than it would because you have become your greatest enemy? So is it that you are not experiencing transformation because there is that fighting that's going on within you? You've been fighting against yourself. You have been resisting the yelling of your conscience. You have been closing yourself off to the possibility of change. Yet you are saying, I want to do something, I want to experience something differently, but you're not willing to admit that you need to do something different. Yes, that is how the transformation is going to take place in your life, in your experience. You see, here's a reality that we're missing. If we resist to open ourselves up to experience transformation that's going to change us and bring us into a new experience in our life, a transformation is going to take place whichever way we take it. The only difference is when we resist the inclination to experience a positive change, then we automatically experience a negative change. So transformation is going to happen one way or the next. The more we resist the tools to experience the positive transformation, is the more we are rewarded with the tools for negative transformation. You see, sometimes we think there's a middle ground. There's no middle ground. We have to seek to get out of that mentality. If you really want to be transformed in a positive way, you need to ask yourself this question: what do I need to do differently starting today in order for me to experience a life changing, transformative experience? Just remember this: the longer we resist, is the more time it's going to take for us to dig ourselves out of those holes that we ourselves have created. Yes, transformation is a process, but the process can happen either way, on the positive scale or on the negative scale. It all depends on your willingness to open yourself up and experience the shift psychologically, emotionally, physically, and spiritually that will take you on this new journey to experience life at its fullest and in its purest form. Thank you so much for joining us here again in XY Spark. This is your boy and men's life coach Rolando, and we continue to remind you that at XY Spark, we believe that there is a spark in you. This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity.